これからリスニングテストを始めます。この試験では、聞き取る英語を2回流す問題と1回だけ流す問題があります。なお、選択肢は音声ではなく、すべて問題冊子に印刷されています。4ページを開いてください。第1問。第1問は A と B の2つの部分に分かれています。第1問 A。第1問 A は問い1から問い4までの4問です。それぞれの問いについて聞こえてくる英文の内容に最も近い意味のものを4つの選択肢1から4のうちから1つずつ選びなさい。聞き取る英文は2回流します。では始めます。
Question number 1.
That's not your hat, Charles. Yours has a red heart on it.
Listen again.
That's not your hat, Charles. Yours has a red heart on it.
Question number 2.
The movie starts in just a minute, and my bus is caught in traffic.
Listen again.
The movie starts in just a minute, and my bus is caught in traffic.
Question number 3.
Our dog didn't eat her food again. I think we should take her to the animal hospital.
Listen again.
Our dog didn't eat her food again. I think we should take her to the animal hospital.
Question number 4.
Could someone go see who rang the bell? I'm on the phone with a friend.
Listen again.
Could someone go see who rang the bell? I'm on the phone with a friend.
これで第1問 A は終わりです。次の問題に進みます。第1問 B。第1問 B は問い1から問い3までの3問です。それぞれの問いについて聞こえてくる英文の内容に最も近い絵を4つの選択肢1から4のうちから1つずつ選びなさい。聞き取る英文は2回流します。では始めます。
Question number 1.
She fell over just as she crossed the finish line of the marathon.
Listen again.
She fell over just as she crossed the finish line of the marathon.
Question number 2.
My husband was confident he could build the bookshelf by himself, but I should have helped him.
Listen again.
My husband was confident he could build the bookshelf by himself, but I should have helped him.
Question number 3.
I saw the train leaving just when I arrived at the station.
Listen again.
I saw the train leaving just when I arrived at the station.
これで第1問 B は終わりです。次の問題に進みます。第2問。第2問は問い1から問い4までの4問です。それぞれの問いについて対話の場面が 日本語で書かれています。対話とそれについての問いを聞き、その答えとして最も適切なものを4つの選択肢1から4のうちから1つずつ選びなさい。聞き取る対話と問いは2回流します。では始めます。
Question number 1.
I thought the comics were near the entrance.
They used to be, but we moved them to the back of the store.
Near the elevator?
No, to the other side.
Question. Where will the woman find the comics?
Listen again.
I thought the comics were near the entrance.
They used to be, but we moved them to the back of the store.
Near the elevator?
No, to the other side.
Question. Where will the woman find the comics?
Question number 2.
Did the rain affect your crops in April?
We had a good harvest that month and the month after.
What did you harvest?
Onions during those months, and then cucumbers after that.
Question. Which picture represents the farm's crops?
Listen again.
Did the rain affect your crops in April?
We had a good harvest that month and the month after.
What did you harvest?
Onions during those months, and then cucumbers after that.
Question. Which picture represents the farm's crops?
Question number 3.
I've never seen an insect with such short legs.
And small wings.
I don't think it can fly with those.
But its big eyes must help it see pretty well.
Question. Which drawing are the speakers talking about?
Listen again.
I've never seen an insect with such short legs.
And small wings.
I don't think it can fly with those.
But its big eyes must help it see pretty well.
Question. Which drawing are the speakers talking about?
Question number 4.
Can you clean the closet?
Sure, I don't want you to get sick from all that dust.
And I know you don't want to hurt your back lifting the table.
You're right.
Question. What will the woman do?
Listen again.
Can you clean the closet?
Sure, I don't want you to get sick from all that dust.
And I know you don't want to hurt your back lifting the table.
You're right.
Question. What will the woman do?
これで第2問は終わりです。次の問題に進みます。第3問。第3問は問い1から問い4までの4問です。それぞれの問いについて対話の場面が日本語で書かれています。対話を聞き、問いの答えとして最も適切なものを4つの選択肢1から4のうちから1つずつ選びなさい。聞き取る対話は1回流します。では始めます。
Question number 1.
Do you want to see a jazz concert?
I'd rather see something different. How about that new movie?
Okay, and we could have dinner at the Italian restaurant next door.
Good idea. I was going to suggest the French restaurant across the street, but it looks like it's closed.
Question number 2.
Excuse me, waiter. I ordered the vegetable omelet, but I definitely taste ham in this.
I'm terribly sorry. I'll talk to the chef and bring you the correct order immediately.
Thank you.
And let us make it up to you with a free dessert.
That's nice of you.
Question number 3.
I'm sure glad I took this history class.
But your last test score was so low.
Yes, but I've learned so much, and the teacher always makes me laugh.
His jokes are terrible. Jokes are not necessary in the first place.
You just have to understand his sense of humor.
Question number 4.
Tell me honestly, what did you think?
All of the smoke and lights gave me a headache.
That was the best part. It's probably why the fans were screaming so loudly.
Yeah, they were. I found that a little annoying, actually.
Okay, next time I'll take someone else.
これで第3問は終わりです。次の問題に進みます。第4問。第4問は A と B の2つの部分に分かれています。第4問 A。第4問 A は問い1、問い2の2問です。話を聞き、それぞれの問いの答えとして最も適切なものを選択肢のうちから選びなさい。聞き取る英語は1回流します。では始めます。
Question number 1.
Yesterday, we learned about shooting stars in school. Our teacher told us to look outside at night because there were supposed to be a lot of them. I was so excited that I went to the library after school and took out a book about space. After it got dark, I went out into our backyard to look at the sky, but it was too cloudy to see anything. I went to bed feeling disappointed. But in the middle of the night, my mom woke me up and told me to put on my shoes. I went outside and saw a clear sky full of shooting stars. I'll never forget it.
Question number 2.
Here are the group packages we sold this month. Let's fill in the price column together, shall we? The more people in a group, the cheaper we can offer tickets. For groups of 20 and over, tickets go for $100. That's half price, so it's a great deal. Groups between 10 and 19 people pay $150 per ticket. Any group smaller than that pays full price for each ticket.
これで第4問 A は終わりです。次の問題に進みます。第4問 B。第4問 B は問い1の1問です。4人の説明を聞き、問いの答えとして最も適切なものを選択肢のうちから選びなさい。メモを取るのに下の表を使っても構いません。状況、条件、および問いが問題冊子に書かれているので読みなさい。聞き取る英語は1回流します。では始めます。
Question number 1.
1.
My name is I. I used to work on a farm, so animals and heavy lifting are nothing new to me. I was never allergic to animals as a kid, but these days I sneeze whenever my cat's around. Isn't it strange how that happens?
2.
I'm Daryl. I have never had any pets, but I've never had any health problems around animals. Also, my friends and I regularly go to the gym, so I'm used to lifting heavy things.
3.
Eiji here. I've been volunteering at an animal shelter, and I thought I should learn some new skills. I'm perfectly fine around pets, and I'm responsible for the dog food at the shelter. 30 dogs need a lot of big bags.
4.
I'm Martina, but my friends call me Marty. I have 3 dogs, and I spend time walking them every day. They have never made me sneeze or cough or anything. My lower back often hurts, so I'd like to avoid carrying heavy bags if possible.
これで第4問 B は終わりです。次の問題に進みます。第5問。第5問は問い1、A から C と問い2の2問です。講義を聞き、それぞれの問いの答えとして最も適切なものを選択肢のうちから選びなさい。状況と問いが問題冊子に書かれているので読みなさい。聞き取る英語は1回流します。では始めます。
Questions number 1A, 1B, and 1C.
Think you get enough sleep? Doctors recommend 7 to 9 hours for most adults. A sufficient amount of sleep doesn't just improve your mood. It also improves your ability to fight disease and lose weight. Unfortunately, people in Japan and the West are getting less sleep than ever. A survey revealed that in 2007, 28.4% of Japanese adults got less than 6 hours of sleep. In 2015, That number grew to 39.5%. There are a number of factors at play here. A person's unique biology has an effect. Around 8% of the global population has sleep apnea. This is a disorder that causes people to briefly stop breathing. It can make them wake up, sometimes many times per night. Thankfully, surgery, special devices, and even weight loss can help treat this condition. Generally, exercise is known to improve sleep quality. But while you can easily get to sleep after moderate exercise, if you do hard exercise within 2 hours of going to bed, you'll have a much harder time falling asleep. Using a smartphone within 2 hours has a similar impact. Of course, playing games and sending messages prevents you from getting to sleep. But the blue light emitted by your phone also sends a signal to your brain that it's still daytime. It might sound strange, but trying to stay awake can be more effective than trying to sleep. Writing in a journal right before bed also helps people fall asleep, but research indicates that making a to-do list for the following day is more effective than writing about things you already did.
Question number 2.
Let's take a look at people's smartphone habits. A survey of people in the UK with access to a smartphone showed that most of them used their phones before preparing for sleep. So what can we learn from all this?
これで第5問は終わりです。次の問題に進みます。第6問。第6問は A と B の2つの部分に分かれています。第6問 A。第6問 A は問1、問2の2問です。2人の対話を聞き、それぞれの問いの答えとして最も適切なものを4つの選択肢1から4のうちから1つずつ選びなさい。聞き取る対話は1回流します。では始めます。
Questions number 1 and 2.
I just read about a school where students are fighting to get school uniforms.
Why would anyone want that, Kenji?
You have to admit that it saves time not having to pick out clothes every morning. It's a small price to pay for convenience.
But school is not just about learning different subjects. It's also about figuring out who you are.
What you wear does not necessarily represent who you are. Besides, isn't it nice that no one will make fun of you for wearing something weird, Molly?
Of course I want to prevent bullying, but not by wearing the same outfit.
I think wearing the uniform helps prevent bullying.
Your clothes convey a message. We should be practicing how to communicate what we are thinking as much as possible in school.
.これで第6問 A は終わりです。次の問題に進みます。第6問 B。第6問 B は問1、問2の2問です。英語を聞き、それぞれの問いの答えとして最も適切なものを選択肢のうちから選びなさい。状況と問いが問題冊子に書かれているので読みなさい。聞き取る英語は1回流します。では始めます。
Questions number 1 and 2.
Thank you for the informative presentation, Professor Livingston. I wanted to ask you, what was the conclusion about the effect of uniforms on student performance?
Well, some people doubt that uniforms help students do better in school, but there's some evidence for that. That's why more and more U.S. public schools are starting to require uniforms.
I see. Okay, let's talk to the audience. How about you?
Yeah, hi. I'm Doug. You spoke about how uniforms help provide a sense of community and equality. But neighborhoods don't wear uniforms. Most businesses don't wear uniforms. I think we should learn about equality without being forced to look equal.
You make a good point, but I believe wearing uniforms provides a safe space for you to learn.
What about learning to accept differences?
I agree that that's important as well. But you should not sacrifice the sense of belonging that uniforms create.
Shall we hear from somebody else? How about you?
I'm Nancy. It's hard for me to admit, but my family is not well off. I don't think it's fair to force people like me to buy extra school supplies. Uniforms may make people look equal, but their wallets definitely aren't.
What if schools were to provide financial assistance?
I suppose that would be fine, but not every school is going to do that.
Nancy's right. My daughter's school doesn't. That's why I don't support uniform policies. Anyway, let's hear from someone toward the back.